Hi Virgo, how are you? Athena here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please do subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this community. And this is going to be a weekly reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for Virgo. All right, Virgo, we're going to take a look at your week. We're going to see what your current energy is, what the theme of the week is for you, where you are focusing, what you want the most out of this week, what are your goals, what are your fears and challenges you got to break through from, what is going for you, what's going against you, what you should embrace within yourself, and how should you be spending your time, energy, resources, focus, and any outcome, encouragement, advice for you. All right, Virgo, now going into your energy, I did get slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, I don't know if you're just overworking yourself to the point that you are burning yourself out, or if that's kind of like the direction that you're heading towards. However, I did feel inclined to tell you that know thyself. And what do I mean by know thyself? So I'm just going to put it like in muscle terms, and know which version you are. So we have fast twitch muscles and we have slow twitch muscles, and then we have just kind of like so there's people that have either a lot of slow twitch muscles or a lot of fast twitch muscles, and then there's people that have just kind of a combination of anywhere in between the spectrum, right? So fast twitch muscles are utilized for sprinting, and sprinting are short distances because the energy gets depleted quite fast. Now, slow twitch muscles, the energy is spent over a longer period of time, and so those races are much longer in duration, right, in length. And so as a runner, where do you fit in? Are you great at sprints, or are you great at long-term marathons? And that would kind of give you an idea of where you are in your workplace when it comes to your energy and your creative endeavors. Are you putting so much energy into it, like if it was a sprint, and burning out, or are you using your resources and energy slow and steady, so that at the end of the race you're actually coming in within the top 5 first people who finish, because slow and steady wins the race. So that's just kind of like the energy that I got for you. And I even feel extremely tired just tapping into your energy, which, I'm tapping into your energy, so it is what it is. But this is your current energy. We have the King of Cups, the Chariot, and the Eight of Cups. So I feel like your emotions are just extremely draining you at this point in time. Whatever the reason may be that you're having this emotional upset about, whatever toxic relationship you're leaving behind, environment, workplace, family members, platonic relationships, you name it, whatever it is that you're leaving behind. I'm getting even pain in my lower left shoulder. So this is a great emotional wound that's happening or has happened. That's your current energy. And I feel like this has actually been draining a lot of your energy. So as far as like slow and steady wins the race, it does. But when you're in a relationship or in a situation or an environment that is so toxic that it's just weighing you down and it's just draining all the energy from you, even if it's emotionally, it's still draining your energy. And it's not allowing you to get to the finish line as fast as you could be getting to the finish line, as fast as you could be manifesting into your life. It's just creating more blockages, and it's creating depletion of your energy. Okay, so for the theme of the week, we have the King of Swords, the Devil, and the King of Wands. So those are 3 major arcanas right off the bat as the major theme, telling me that this people, this environment, this work, this relationship, whatever it is that you're dealing with and that this is resonating with is extremely toxic to you. It is a very addictive, codependent behavior patterns going on here. And, these people, situation, whatever it is that you're dealing with, they can be kind of like giving you attention. I'm seeing like a very narcissistic person, like giving you comments, like flattering you one moment, but then saying five comments worse than that after that. So it's like they build you up, but then they break you down. They show enthusiasm and apologizing and making this work, but then just as much as that energy, as fast as that energy comes in, it fleets just as fast. And they lose interest and they start talking to other people. They start having other affairs, and you are quite aware of this too. But you still feel chained to this person or whatever this is, career. You still feel embashed and and not being able to break yourself free from this, no matter how cold cutting it can be. It's the duality of them, of like being the hero and then being the villain, that you're not able to like differentiate and distinctively be able to discern, okay, you're actually a bad person. Like there's two realities of them that exist within your mind, and that's seeing them as a very good, loving, charismatic person, but then there also are the very bad person who inflicts quite a lot of pain to you. And they will continue to do that because that's just kind of the narcissistic a-hole that they are. Sorry to be so direct, but that's just the way that I'm seeing it. If you think you're ever going to finish a race with this person in your vicinity, no, not even slow and steady. Slow and steady will drain, with this kind of relationship, will drain the life force out of you. Okay, so what is your key goal? What do you want most at the moment? What are you working towards? We have the Nine of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're wanting mental clarity. You're wanting the ability to have the decision to discern how to make this person happy, which is, I'm going to tell you right now, impossible. Because someone that is already working from a narcissistic way of being, there is no way you can make them happy. There's no mental clarity that you're going to be able to obtain to give you the discernment and the decision on how to move forward and how to fulfill their fantasies, because quite frankly, they will never be satisfied. They're going to use this cult way of being, which is a way of being that cults have had for a while, in trauma bonding people into a relationship. And that is actually by being simultaneously the hero and the villain. And it just creates distinctive patterns in the brain of people that isolates both of the same person. And so now they can't differentiate and see. I'm bringing this to your awareness now because you're looking for the mental clarity, right? So I didn't speak about it before. I just moved on, but you're looking for it. So how cults were able to figure this out, I don't know. But they figured out that if they both inflict the pain on the person, isolate them, make sure that they don't have time to reflect and think. So like waking them up at the middle of the night, just making them feel really insecure, building them up enough, but then breaking them down, and just continuously doing this pattern, it eventually creates a trauma bond between the victim, which is you, and them. And it doesn't matter what enlightenment you look for, unless you're willing to heal from this, unless you're willing to completely step away and leave this behind and create distance between this toxic environment, and start healing yourself and start working on yourself. That's really the only way that you're going to be able to overcome this. You're never ever going to be able to satisfy their wishes. It's just not work. Doesn't work that way. The cult built this foundation to exploit you. So can someone who is exploiting someone else ever say, okay, that's enough? I mean, it's weird that I'm going to say this, but it just kind of came up, is will a pimp who owns another human being ever say, all right, you've made enough money for me, you can go now? No, they're not. They're going to, the way that the design the game is to exploit that person until they can no longer exploit that person. And that's basically that person passing away, God forbid. Or just, even if they're in a physical point of being where they can't even perform and keep giving, they're still going to exploit that person. These people will go to extreme measures to get what they want. So there's no mental clarity that I can give you on how to satisfy them. You can't do that. The only mental clarity that I can give you is to give you the background of how this has evolved over generations, and that there's really nothing you can do about it, but you can step away from this. Even if your plan of action to leave this environment or this person is in a very stealthy way and slow wins the race, slowly using any energy that you have left to kind of come up with the plan and over a long period of time be able to execute your exit out of this. That is basically the only way that you can remove yourself from this and start seeing a different experience. Start living heaven on earth versus living hell on earth. And I mean, just getting into your energy was extremely draining, Virgo. So I know that you are going through it. This person is definitely taking every ounce of your energy, and that's what they're meant to do. Okay. So these are your fears, obstacles, and breakthroughs, challenges that you gotta get through. It's you definitely being able to leave this. There's great fear around being able to leave this relationship, whether that be because this person may physically be inflicting pain on you, physically, sexually, mentally, emotionally. But I'm really getting, the red is really standing out. So I'm really getting that it's physical, if not sexual. And if it is, I am so sorry, Virgo. You should not be experiencing this. You can get away from this. You're not helpless, okay? So you got to get away from the fear that you're not able to move away from this. You are. I've myself had to remove myself from very toxic relationships, and I did have to come up with stealthy ways to leave the situation. And I've known many survivors that have been able to do the same. So you can do it, okay? This is just a fear. And another thing that they want me to tap into or just kind of share with you is that there was a point in my time where I never knew what depression was or social anxiety. I did see other people experience it, and I didn't understand how that, like for example, depression, how it led to the inability to get up out of bed and do things, right? I just didn't understand it until I experienced it myself, and I was subjected to that kind of energy. And the same thing with social anxiety. I just did not understand it until I had it myself. And I would sit in my car, unable to move and unable to make the decision to get up and get to the store, because fear is that powerful. It limits you from taking actions. And this cult basically created that. They create so much fear within the brain of the subject, of the person being inflicted on and exploited, that that's how it works. It's meant to work that way. It's meant to keep you from making decisions to move forward with your life. So that is like the breakthrough that you need to finish, or the breakthrough that you need to work through, the fear that you need to overcome, the challenge that is in your current week. And you can achieve it. You can achieve it because you have the Four of Swords and you also have my jackpot card. I call it my jackpot card because I see the 777 all written all over it. You most definitely can break through this fear without a problem, and break through this illusion and this trauma bond that this person or people or environment has created for you. Just TDS, time, distance, and shield. Just try to create as much time away from them. Eliminate the time that you spend with them. Try to distance yourself as much as possible. If you live in the same household as them, just try to spend as much time in other different rooms on the other opposite side of the home. I know they're probably going to come in and try to inflict pain or whatever, but just do what you can. Pretend to be asleep. Just do whatever you can to or just kind of notice what kind of things makes them not engage with you so much. For example, like if you're on the phone and they refrain from calling you names and whatever the case may be, you know, just try to figure out what it is that keeps them or diminishes their them inflicting pain on you. Okay. And just shield yourself, protect yourself. Don't let this person abuse you, whether if it really is physically or sexually abused. Protect yourself. And that's what TDS is, time, distance, shield. And as you work through this plan on how to remove yourself from this situation, because the universe is going to conspire. The universe has your back. The universe is going to make sure that you have all the abundance, all the prosperity, all the luck that you need on your side to break through this. Okay, because trust me, the divine does not want this for people. Why does it happen? Like I said, cults made this shit up like fucking so long ago that I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Okay, so what is going for you? What's your accomplishment? We have here the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So you're probably going to have someone that's going to come in and help you, guide you through the situation, or you have had people wanting to come in and help you, and you do have support and resources and people you can communicate with is that can come in and help you, whether that be seeking a shelter, a women's and children's shelter, whatever it is, the resource and the support and the help that you need, the guidance that you need. You do have someone quite intellectual, quite of authority power, quite decisive, direct, and truthful and honest and genuine on your corner working for you. So that is definitely something that is going for you, Virgo. And what is going against you? We have the Three of Wands, the Empress, and the Seven of Pentacles. So what's working against you is actually that you kind of feel obligated to be like the nurturer, the mother, loving figure for this dynamic that's going on. You feel, like I said, change earlier, change to this. You feel like if you leave, all the work that you've done, all the efforts that you put in, you know, it's going to go down the drain. Not only that, but like if you have children with this person or you have assets shared with this business partner, whatever it might be, you know, it's like you kind of don't want to see all of that go down the drain. You don't want to see that basically go through hard times just because you made the decision to step away from this relationship, this extremely toxic relationship. So that's just a perception that just needs a little bit of shifting, because not only are you going to be able to build so much more on your own, but the amount of fulfillment and joy and peace and tranquility and healing and nurturing and loving figure that it is that you are, and you're trying to hold yourself back from moving forward with this decision because of it. Imagine how much more of that you can do on your own and how fruitful that's going to be in the long run. For however long it takes you to build this, whether it's a year or 2 years or 7 years, it doesn't matter. 3 years, 3 months, 7 months, whatever the case may be, you're going to be able to manifest so much a healthier environment for your children, for your assets, for whatever it is that applies to you, then you will be with this person. Then you will with this, again, I'm hearing the slow wins the race, with this person that's just draining your energy. Like I kind of see you crawling towards the end of the finish line, and you're like on the floor, and it's and maybe you are one that has a person that has more of a slow twitch muscle than a fast twitch muscle, so that you're able to really complete this marathon. But it doesn't matter how much energy you put into it, it doesn't matter how much you crawl into it, that person is still going to be moving the finish line over and over. So even though you're crawling and getting closer to it, they're moving it further and further away from you. So there is no way to satisfy this person. Like I said, there is going to be no finish line. Even though you do have that resistance, you do have that resilience, there's just no way you're going to succeed with this person. Okay, so what to embrace within yourself? We got the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Wands. That no matter what heartbreak and how much pain this person has brought to you, you are going to be able to be the hero for those around you, for yourself, and if you have children or assets that you are trying to protect. You do have an energy that you want to be right, you want to win at all costs, you want to be victorious, and that's going to be through getting over your heartbreak. That's going to be with you releasing this relationship and staying true to yourself, and realizing that the truth of the matter is not what you can do for this person to satisfy them, but what you can do for yourself to satisfy your soul and your inner child, and whatever wounds it is that you have to heal within yourself to be able to move forward. Be the real empress in your life, and for those that rely on you or depend on you. This is where to spend your energy, resources, or find support. We have the Ten of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. So where you can find support is actually talking to other women, talking to other people, talking to other survivors who have also gone through this same experience that you are going through, that can help you see the light at the end of the tunnel, that can help you orchestrate a plan to empower yourself, leave the situation, and become fully indulged and in love with yourself, and regain that confidence that you have lost, regain the optimism that you've lost, regain the stability and the structure and the foundation and a stable home that you basically will be losing if you do move, decide to move away from this. So that is the energy focus for you to place your time and energy and resources on. There's plenty of support groups online, even on Facebook, that you can reach out to and just introduce yourself and start communicating with other people that have also gone through that. Now, it's your future outcome, encouragement. We have the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Magician. Okay, so I see you coming up with a plan of how to get through the situation, and definitely being successful at achieving that. I also see that you are going to be kind of like having to engage with this person for a little longer, but I want to show you that you're this person with this one wand while this conflict is going on over here. So I really feel that you are kind of gonna endure or pretend to engage in this little more fights with this person or being or whatever it may be, just while simultaneously working on whatever it is you need to work on to put yourself in a position to transform your reality, to go from a living hell on earth to living heaven on earth. So that's definitely what I see you coming to the conclusion of, and making the decision to move towards to Virgo. That was quite a heavy reading, but that's okay. I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. If you need anything, please do reach out. I would love to have a session with you and help you overcome this, and fully help you step into your power. So Virgo, if you found this helpful, please do share it. And if you would like more advice, please do subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this community. I love you so much, Virgo, and I hope you have a very good week of getting through this. This is a quite heavy week for you. All right, Virgo, bye. See you next week.